What's going on, everybody? Peter from Forex Funded here, coming at you guys with just a little bit of a recap of our trades from today, Thursday, May 11th, and kind of just outline what I'm expecting to see here for Friday. Um, yeah, so as we all know, Oase had some sell limits that were sent yesterday, maybe a date, maybe today, I don't really remember when, that picked you guys up in a first initial sell up here at 2038. I myself, I did not capitalize on that entry. That's just me. However, I had sent this um, expected retest of our 38% and our prior daily lows, right? So honestly, I got to get rid of that prior daily low. But of that area, right? We had a nice pickup and downward move of around 60 to 80 pips depending on where you got in. Cool. So I'm expecting that trend to continue for the end of the week. I don't know what's going to happen at London. No clue. I don't trade it. But if we take a look at the prior 2 days and what we have had happen is we've had anywhere from body to body, just to keep it easy. We had a $20 move on Wednesday. Thursday, we had a $24 move. So let's just call it $20, right? I'm expecting another, call it $20 move to the downside on Friday. I don't know if we'll still be in this position. We are at I sent it the updated stop loss of 21.5. I don't have it break even because I've been getting fucked with the spreads. So I have it, tight, but we're going to get into that 21.5 level in a minute. But assuming we don't get stopped out, right? We're going to pretend like this 21 is the high, right? If we're expecting $20, that puts us right around our 2000 key level. So that is a pretty big target for me, but we will be able to kind of narrow that down more tomorrow. And really that expected movement does not matter at all to me. I don't care if we get $20, $15, $100, right? As long as we're in the trade. I just wanted to outline the fact that if we have 2-day averages of $20 to the downside, why would we go and say, you know what, throw our analysis out the window, we should be buying, right? Me, no. The way I look at this, we're still bearish as on the shorter terms, right? I know long term it's still bearish, bullish for now, but we're really going to see how bullish we are in terms of how this Friday close is. Because if you take a look at the weekly right now will be forming a nice second 2 week in a row rejection of that 2050 price, right? We tapped in to 2048 this week. So if we do have a $20 move from down here, right, that would put the weekly candle, nice and fat red, which would tell me it's time for us to really come and test that 1970 to 80 price, where we have a really nice, if you look right over here in this area right here, is where we have a lot of support. So if we do have the bearish day that we're expecting, I would be looking for this level to be tested. And in the past, it has provided very good support, right? I'm not saying it's going to break. I'm not saying we have to bet on it breaking. But what I am saying is if that area does fail, meaning if we get the bearish move tomorrow, right? Whatever the fuck happens Monday, Sunday, whatever. Okay, cool. But if we do get to that level, we're either going to bounce off it very strong and come back towards 2050, or we're going to have a pretty massive bearish sell off, in my opinion, towards, we'll call it 1800, right? Let's take a look real quick. This isn't really what I'm supposed to be talking about, but in terms of fib, right, we have 38 at 95. So that means, if we do break below that 60 level, you're going to come towards that. If you break below the 2000 key level, right, you'll come towards, I'm sorry, if you break below the 1950 area, you're going to come towards 1900. And then that's where you would have a very big um, kind of a fight there. Then if we pull in a shorter term, which is in air quotes because it's not that short, you can see how you have 38 and 6-1 in the same spot. So that would be our target. And if you look, that is literally just off fib. That is our key level, our $10 key level that we talk about all the time. Just a little bit of recaps, looking ahead to the future. This is not a full analysis of what I'm expecting for next week or anything. Like I said, I got off track, but but back to the current price action. Yeah. So I am expecting further bearishness to the downside. And what I really, really, really would like to see, if we really do want to look like we're going to attack that 1980 to 70 area, is a daily close below these prior lows right here. Because if you look at market structure, what we're doing right now is, in terms of what you see on screen, right? So we had I don't really have to do all this for you, but if you right, you had we're just going to call this the high, right? We're not going to go over everywhere. You had a high, a higher low, a higher high. You went and you first respected that. Then you just did a lot of bullshit, had a massive consolidation that we profited off a lot. And then you broke out and made a new higher high. So it invalidates the fact that you came below that level. Who gives a fuck? But what I'm getting at is, here is where you had that higher high, right? But here you left a lower high. So either what we're going to do is, honestly, if I'm being honest, right? This could be your low and you could come up for a higher high, but I'm not really expecting that. What I'm expecting is us to come down at least towards this 2000 level, right? Based on just how I like to trade key level to key level. Now that could look like over here where you, right, you initially came down to leave a higher high right here where my cursor is, then you pushed back up and then you came back for that low, right? Obviously, we really don't want that big push up, but if you just take out a fib, it's probably some kind of a fucking fib, right? Right, 38% grab right there. So we'll get into that here in a minute too, but we already had the 38 grab, so there's not much to get into. So this over here, this kind of price action is what I'm looking for, us to come lower, and we really just take it from there and see what happens, right? But yeah, I'm trying to keep this as short as I can. I know I'm already rambling on a bit, but that's what I'm expecting for the end of the week. And that is further bearishness towards 2000. If 2000 wants to give, then the other two levels I have below that is 1992 slash 1989 and then 1982. That line right there, that gray, black line, whatever, is nothing important other than it is where you first dropped to when you established this big consolidation range that we had milked, which was a 2018 day consolidation. So that is why I have that level marked up. The other ones, you can see what they are, right? You have a weekly level there and a daily level. So I hope that this was beneficial to you guys. I'm definitely going to start doing a lot more of these brief recaps and what I'm expecting, especially for you London traders. So yeah, obviously you guys can see my full chart, right? If we end up getting stopped out, in my opinion, what we would see is you would see something like this. You would come towards the daily in 6-1 and hopefully you would get a sell. Right. I don't know if that's going to happen. I really don't know. And frankly, I don't give a fuck because I'm not going to lose money on this trade. Right. I could get stopped out with a small loss, but we had already taken partials in basically my Titan stop, which is 15 pips, is a little bit more, a little bit less than the profit I took from this trade alone. So it's basically risk free if you connect the dots. So I hope you guys all had a wonderful week, and I will be looking forward to seeing you guys tomorrow morning. We do have some news tomorrow. We have this inflation. That's not really inflation news, but we have high impact news. Just talking about it briefly, a high number is seen as bullish for the USD. So if we do get that reaction that we want, like a high, if the investors take it as that's a high reading and the dollar pushes to the upside, then gold will fall to the downside. I just personally would hope that if anything, you get it like CPI, where you have an instant move, rather than what we had today, where um, you had just before the news, you had a fake out to the downside. With the news, you had a fake out to the upside, and then you resumed, right? Because if that were to happen, and we were still in this initial trade, it's more chances we would get stopped out and have to get a new entry. Whereas I'd rather just have a straight drop, assuming we don't have a London and Asian session bring us down, right? Because as of right now, this price action is looking really good. We have our 8 EMA is EMA is back below our 12. Those are the EMAs I've been working with recently. Very good for day trading. So when you have the lower below the higher, that shows bearishness. But yeah, like I said, already longer than I wanted it to be. I wanted you guys to be able to listen to this really fast, but I said all the information I wanted to say. So happy trading if you're trading London session. If not, I will see you guys tomorrow in New York. Peace.